Hello children, hello everyone. Yes, today last class, have you enjoyed that one? First lesson, that is the cherry tree, right? Yes. Now, so first I am going to ask you, before telling the lesson, first I am going to ask you some questions. Tell me first, that is, yes, your favorite one, your favorite sports, right? Yes, all of you love it. Yes, what is your favorite sport? Yes, most of you, cricket, shuttle, okay. Yes, hockey, very good. So today, yes, do you know the names of Indian players? Players, not of any particular sport, any players. Yes, most of you know the, yes, cricket players, right? And not only cricket, any other? Yes, very good, PV Sindhu. Yes, very nice. Yes, all of you know so many names, right? So now, but no one tell me about hockey players. Let's see. So write about your favorite Indian player. So you write at least 2 to 3 sentences. Write about your favorite Indian player. But hockey is a sport. First of all, our Indian sport is nothing but hockey, right? Yes. And hockey is a sport in which two teams play against each other by trying to maneuver a ball or a puck into the opponent's goal using a hockey stick. Yes, maneuver, skillful talent. So by using that, so should not allow the opponent's ball into our court, and we should try to take the goal, that is by throwing our ball into their court with a hockey stick, right? So like that here, there's a hockey, we should learn about it and read about one of the prominent Indian field hockey players. That person is Dhyan and his life. So, a famous hockey player, Indian hockey player, Dhyan. So, we can learn about his life, how he was, when he was born, and how he started to practice and how he achieved. So, what are the awards he got it, that we can see about him in this lesson. So, Dhyan is a name which has been resounding in the ears of every hockey lover of India for ages. Yes, hockey. Now, cricket, when we remember, first you remember, yes, Sachin Tendulkar, Dhoni, Virat Kohli, right? So, like these very famous names, how you can remember? Of course, so many are there, very few. So, like that, hockey means Indians, especially hockey is your favorite sport, means definitely you should know about Dhyan. Most of the people know about Dhyan. Nothing but in cricket, Sachin, how we give god of cricket, the same way Dhyan also for Indian hockey. Okay, so has been resounding in the ears of every hockey lover of India for ages, for years. So his agility and ability to carry the ball with his stick played a pivotal role in India, winning 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals. See how great it is, 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals. See, even last time you got it, you have idea about this, that is Saina Nehwal in 2012 she got bronze medal, and in 2016 our PV Sindhu she got, yes, silver medal. So different medals but continuation years we got it. Consecutive years means continuation. So whenever they started. So here Olympics, 3 consecutive Olympics he got. Yes, his agility and ability to carry the ball with stick. So his time actually any kind of sport, time is very important. According to the time schedule, according time means not of this one, that is a timing. Whenever the ball comes, particularly should play it. Whenever our turn comes, immediately should use it. that sense of time is very important. So like that, his ability is very invaluable and very great work he did. So carry the ball with his stick. Okay, all of you know with the stick they take the ball. So winning 3 consecutive Olympic medals. Consecutive means continuous. Continuation, 3 continuous Olympics he participated, and 3 times he got the gold medal only in the Olympics. So Dhyan Chand, 29th August, he was born on 29th August in 1905, and died on 3rd December 1979. Died on the 3rd December 1979. So was a well-known Indian field hockey player, widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all time. So he is widely regarded as one of the greatest players of all the time. Any members later years if they come also, yes, we should remember Dhyan Chand is also the greatest person. So he is remembered even today for his goal scoring feats and for his 3 Olympic medals in 1928, 1932 and 1936 in the field of hockey during an era when India was dominant in the sport. Yes, first of all of you have idea about the Olympic, right? Olympic Games. Yes, every 4 years they celebrate the Olympics. Okay. So now here, of course, this year also should celebrate, but that is 1920 should happen, but whatever it is. So 2012 and 2016 in our country it's celebrated. Now here if you see 1928, 1932, 1936, 3 consecutive years India got gold medals in hockey. So that is during an era means age, years, when India was dominant in the sport, powerful in the sport because of the achievement, especially Dhyan Chand. So what he did in that Olympics. So he is known as the wizard for his super ball control. Dhyan Chand played his final international match in 1948, having scored more than 400 goals during his remarkable international career. So, international match in 1948, final match he played. So, scored more than 400 goals during his remarkable international career. The international career total 400 goals he did. So that's why he is a super wizard for his super control. That is a superman, powerful man for his excellent, extraordinary controlling of the balls. So Dhyan Chand was born in Allahabad. So Allahabad is in Gujarat, right? So yes, and he was the elder brother of another player. That person is Roop Singh. That person is Roop Singh. So Dhyan Chand has an elder brother. He is also a hockey player. That person is Roop Singh. His father, Someshwar Dutt Singh, was in the British Indian Army and he played hockey in the army. So his father, Someshwar Dutt Singh, he was in the British Indian Army and he played hockey also in the army. Yes, for the army people also they have games. Yes, Dhyan Chand had 2 brothers. Those are Mool Singh and Roop Singh. Due to Someshwar Dutt's numerous army transfers, the family had to move to different cities, and so Dhyan Chand had to discontinue his education only after 6 years of schooling. So that means he was not well educated. Very few years only he continued his classes, education. Later he discontinued because his father is in army. So army people means every 2 years, 3 years they have transfers. So one state to another state, one place to another place. Continuous roaming means he couldn't go to school. So this kind of problems happened. That's why he stopped his education. And the family finally settled down in Jhansi, UP, Uttar Pradesh, in India. Young Chand had no serious inclination towards sports. though he loved wrestling. So, and one, that is his younger brother, he was not much interested because he was interested in wrestling. So that's why he was not interested in remaining sports, that is especially hockey. He stated that he did not remember playing any hockey worth mentioning before he joined the army, though he said that he occasionally indulged in casual games in Jhansi with his friends. So Jhansi means it is the name of the place. So with his friends he played so many games, indulged, involved in that. So young Chand had no serious inclination, so particularly seriously to play this game like that, he was not interested because he loved wrestling. And later he stated that he did not remember playing any hockey. So from the beginning, hockey worth playing, that's I want to become hockey player, super play should play, like that kind of intention, nothing at all from the childhood. But very few times he played with his friends in the place where he was living, Jhansi. There, very few games he played. So Dhyan Chand joined the Indian Army when he was 16 years old. Yes, already his father is British Army. So when he was 16 years old, he joined in Indian Army. So the Hindi word Chand literally means the moon. So how he got this Dhyan Chand means actually Chand means moon. Hindi word Chand means it's a moon. Since Dhyan Singh used to practice a lot at night after his duty hours, he invariably used to wait for the moon to come out so that the visibility in the field. During his era, there was no floodlights, so that field improved. So see that how great. Actually, since why he got this Dhyan Chand moon name, why he got in his name means, since Dhyan Singh used to practice a lot at night. So after completion of duty hours, army he joined. So daytime he has duty hours. After completion of that, night time he wanted to practice a match game. So while he was practicing, so night time means, do we have lights in those days? Not at all, right? So like floodlights and all this not improved in those days. Floodlights means in our cricket stadium or any other games, nighttime lights they arranged, that is called, those are called floodlights. So like that, do we have in those years means not at all. How can they play? Yes, only in the moonshade. So that's why he invariably used to wait for the moon to come out so that the visibility in the field improves. So when the moon appears, yes, that moonlight, the field, the total court, he can see it properly. So up to that he waited and he played in the moonlight. So hence he was called Chand by his players, fellow players. So always when the moon comes, he waited and then he started to play. That's why remaining players started to call him Chand, Chand, Chand. That means moon, moon, moon. So waiting for him. So his practice sessions at night invariably coincided with the coming out of the moon. So his practice session maximum it happened total night. There's a whenever the moon coming out. So from that he started. Between 1922 and 1926, Chand exclusively played army hockey tournaments. Army, so army also they conduct the tournaments. So army hockey tournaments and regimental games. So Chand was ultimately selected for the Indian Army team, which was to tour New Zealand. So up to that Indian Army games he played at tournaments. And later he selected for the Indian Army team. So for the New Zealand trip. So New Zealand tour. So the team won 18 matches. So in the New Zealand tour, 18 matches they won. 2 matches drew. Drew means with a draw. So draw 2 matches and lost only 1 match. How great this is, see. And received praise from all spectators. Spectators means audience who watched the race. All the people started to praise them very greatly. You all played like that. They started to praise them. So following this, in the 2 test matches against the New Zealand squad, the team won the first and narrowly lost the second. So the same following this tournament, that is in this New Zealand tour, another 2 matches they played. So one is they won and another one very closely they missed, that is they lost a match. And returning to India, Chand was immediately promoted to Lance Naik. Yes, so based on their work, they improve, they give the promotions. So like that, whenever after the New Zealand tour, after completion of the New Zealand tour, he was immediately promoted as Lance Naik. Lance Naik means military ranks, Colonel, Naik, like that, they give the ranks in that. So like that, they have given the promotion Lance Naik. So post. So after successfully lobbying for reintroducing field hockey in the Olympics, the newly formed Indian Hockey Federation, IHF, Indian Hockey Federation, made preparations to send its best possible team for the 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. Yes. So 1928 Amsterdam Olympics. For that, India Hockey Board started to find the best players. Because that is in the Olympics, they introduced this hockey, and again they started. So that's why the best of a team should send. Then only we'll get the medals. Like that, they started to search for that. So they made the preparations. So in 1925, an inter-provincial tournament was organized to select India's national field hockey team. So for the Olympics to select it means, yes, 2 years, 3 years before only they start the tournaments, and in that who are the playing best for them from one by one from each state, who are playing best way, who are performing. Those people they select. So like that, they started inter-provincial tournament in 1925. 1928 Olympics are there. For the 3 years before only they started the tournaments. Who are the best players to select and should send them to train them to the Olympics. Like that they plan. 5 teams participated in the inaugural nationals. United Province, UP, those are UP, United Provinces, UP, Punjab, Bengal, Rajputana and Central Provinces. Like that, 5 teams participated. Then Chand got permission from the army to play for the United Provinces team, so UP team. So yes, he was in army. So in the army team he played, but now there is a different teams. That's why he got the permission to play from the United Provinces team, UP team. In the first game of the tournament, Dhyan Chand drew match attention by his clever stick work. So in the first game, yes, how the players are playing and how they are doing, everything to understand, observe that. So in the first match, first he concentrated, and then attention by his clever stick work. His penetrating runs and judicious passes seemed to assure for him a position in the team that was to participate in the Olympic Games. So he is presenting penetrating and runs and judicious passes. So how he did the runs in that, scoring in that, and how he played, so that assure means secured him to get the seat that to go to the Olympic Games. So his seat secured. So to participate in the Olympic Games. So from this game only, from the beginning, how he played, how he understood the other players, how they are playing, and based on that, how he should play. Based on observing that how he played, for that, yes, he got the chance to play in the Olympic Games. So encouraged by the success of the tournament, it was decided that it would be held every 2 years. So then, yes, they encouraged. First, they got success. Very successfully, they completed this. So for the with that encouragement, they want to conduct these tournaments for every 2 years. After 2 more trial matches between several hopefuls, the Olympics team, including Chand as center forward, was announced and assembled in Mumbai. So not only that, later also the best from all the states. With that people, they conducted different tournaments, including Chand also there. And at last, the Indian Association, there's a Hockey Federal Association, announced the team, and they met in Bombay. Yes, of course, obviously our Dhyan Chand is also compulsory in that team. So center half Eric Pinniger was selected as a captain. So centre half groom Eric Peniger, he is the captain of the team. So with a quiet send off, the team left for England on 10th March to play 11 matches against local sides as well in the Folkestone Festival, winning all. So yes, that with one fine day, that is all the people, total team members, they were left for England to participate in to play in the Olympic Games. So there's England on 10th March they went and to play 11 matches there to play with the local sides, and there's a team as well as Folkestone Festival also, and then they win all the matches there, they won in that. It was also said that the Great Britain did not send a team in 1928 to Amsterdam Olympics after their national team was defeated by the Indian team at Folkestone. So in the first they played Folkestone and almost all the matches they won. So and later the British Army didn't send their team to the Olympics because their team lost their defeated in the hands of Indian team. That's why they didn't send them to the Amsterdam Olympics also. And yes, in all the pre-Olympic matches against local Dutch, in all the pre-Olympic matches in the local Dutch, German and Belgian teams, the Indian team won by huge margins. Margins means variations. So they got maximum points and they got very less points, like that. Almost all the countries, our Indian team defeated almost all the countries. So a table where in the 1928 Amsterdam Summer Olympics, the Indian team was put in the Division A table, with Austria, Belgium, Denmark and Switzerland. So in the final Olympics, yes, the table they prepared that with the countries to whom they should play: Austria, Belgium, Denmark and Switzerland. On 17th May, the Indian national hockey team made its Olympic debut against Austria, winning 6-0 with Chand scoring 3 goals. So that's a debut. Debut means first public appearance, that we call it debut. So first match against Austria and open one, that is a winning 6-0, and with the Chand scoring 6 points they got it and they got 0. In the 6 points he only scored 3 and the 3 goals, and the next day India defeated Belgium 9-0. So India got 9 goals back, Belgium 0. However, Chen scored only 1 goal. 9 goals out of them, he scored only 1 goal, but 9 goals they did. So on 20th May, Denmark lost to India 5-0 with Chand scoring again 3 goals. So 5 goals they did in that, 3 Chand only did it. And 2 days later he scored 4 goals when India defeated Switzerland 6-0 in the semi-finals. So in the semi-finals also they defeated Switzerland with a 6-0 variation. So in the 6-0, 6 goals also, 4 goals done by Chand only, Dhyan Chand only. The final match took place on 26th May with India facing the home team of the Netherlands. So India is facing about the home team, that is they are connecting Netherlands. With them they started. The Indian team's better players, Feroz Khan, Ali Shaukat and Kar Singh were on the sick list, and Chand himself was in. Yes, all the games one by one continuously they played. At last for the final match, almost all of them were sick. So they were not healthy, they are not good in health. Even Chand also was ill. So however, even with a skeletal side, and India could defeat the host 3-0 with Singh score, yes, 2. Dhyan Chand also scored 2. So remaining, that is a very problematic health condition they are, but still they continue to play, and our Dhyan Singh scored 2, and the Indian team won its country's first Olympic gold medal. So yes, in that final match India won and first gold medal we got it. So Keeper Richard Allen created a unique record of not conceding a single goal. Yes, keepers without getting the goal. So like that, he also without allowing the opponents to take the goal. So this keeper also did a remarkable work there. So, and Chand was the top scorer of the tournament by a large margin. Yes, margin variation. So it's a top scorer. He scored 14 goals in 5 matches, and a newspaper report about India's triumph said, "This is not a game of hockey but a massacre." Yes, one of the newspapers in those days, triumph, victory of the Chand. They said, "This is not a game of hockey, this is a massacre." Dhyan Chand is in fact the magician of hockey. So he's doing some magic tricks, the magician of hockey, like that. They praised Dhyan Chand. On returning to India, the team was received by thousands of people at the Bombay Harbour. That is to the countries means in those days, yes, ships only that we have. Now, we don't have transportation much. So that's why Navy, that is harbour, Bombay Harbour, they went and thousands of people welcomed them. Dhyan Chand played various other matches and performed exceptionally well. So different matches he played and later, and exceptionally very good performance he showed. And Dhyan Chand breathed his last on 3rd December 1979, leaving a world record and unprecedented fame to his credit. So having no previous example, and later also without that kind of examples, every time evergreen like that, he was leaving the records, and he lost, breathed his last means he died on 3rd in 1979, 3rd December. Although there seems to be revival of the hockey sport once again in India, it is difficult to say whether India will ever be able to produce a hockey wizard like Dhyan Chand in future. May his tribe increase. So yes, that is although there seems to be revival of the hockey sport once again in India. So in India, we have hockey game is back. The person like Dhyan Chand dedicated and to play like that, do we get it? Means till now we didn't get, and future let us see what it may happen. So may his tribe increase. So this kind of how like Dhyan Chand who can play, that type should be increased. So let us see, so that we can say about Dhyan Chand how he did the goals and how he became the main person to get the success and to get the gold medals to our country in the hockey. Okay, all of you enjoyed this one? Yes, that is Dhyan Chand life.